Hello everyone, I'm DonTheCrown, and today I want to talk real quick about GvG because our guild has been making a lot of gold with it, with our main guild and alt guilds, and I've seen a lot of questions about this. Now when you say, what is a lot of gold? Well, just this past week alone, we earned 175,000 gold split between all the people that, participated in that, which is quite a lot of gold. We're also making a ton of blood crystals every single week in these 3 different guilds that we're running, and it's just been nuts. Like this last week on my main, I got 8,000 blood crystals, and a whole bunch of other people did too. So it's just been really, really nice. And the best part is you don't even really need to PvP if you're not into that. We did do a little bit of PvP this week for the very first time because it worked for the very first time here at NA East. But you don't have to PvP at all to make gold, to make blood crystals, or even to just have fun. So let's talk about the GvG menu. So if you open up your guild window by pressing Alt-U, you can see at the top there's this siege and real or raid match thing here. And if you click base info, this will open up the entire map. And you'll see that there's a section here for siege and for raid match. Your guild can challenge 1 siege and 1 raid match per week by going and activating these. And so this particular week we took on Volair Island. So you can see last week we did this as well, but this week we managed to do even better time, and so we'll be winning first place. If we click over here on the little box, it'll show you what the rank rewards are. So the capture perk is that nothing really. You get a little icon next to your guild name, but you do get 50,000 gold to be split between however you want to split it. And we're just splitting it equally depending on how many days you showed up for. We did 2 days, and these amount of weekly bloodstones. There's also some bonus bloodstones if it's the first time you guys are doing GvG within a month, I believe, and some guild experience. So this is pretty good. 50,000 gold, 131,000 bloodstones, and 2,000 guild XP. Now this does go into the pool of bloodstones in your guild, and they are distributed based off your guild's distribution rate. So that's pretty good. But even if you were top like 100%, so you just tried and failed, like you didn't like set a great record, you still get 49,000 bloodstones. So it's definitely pretty good to even check some of these out. Now you notice that on the side here that these have different letters associated with them. The S rank islands are the best or the top islands, and they have an additional bonus effect of if you capture the island, you can hold a capture event where it's basically like you throw an island event, kind of like Alakir or something like that, except it only happens once a week. And if you participate in it, you get a whole bunch of accessories and stones and other stuff. I haven't actually seen it in the US version of the game because US has been busted for the last couple weeks. We haven't been able to do these at all. These like PvP islands weren't working. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it this week. As you can see here, there's a whole bunch of these though. And so the higher up the letter is, the more rewards you get. And they have varying amounts of people that you want to bring with you. So you see the top here, you can see Slime Island is recommended for 12 to 16 people. Probably want to bring 16 people. Same thing with Medea. And then Death's Hold Islands, 8 to 12. So you can do it with 8, you can go up to 12. Altacian can go up to 50 people. So this is like for larger guilds. Naruni is for smaller, for 7 to 8. Snowpang is 6 to 8. And then Tranquil is 1 to 16. Although one person soloing this is probably going to be impossible. I think you could probably complete it in time with 3 people, but it would be challenging for sure. Also, the only islands, many of these islands are competitive or PvP directly against other players, but Tranquil Island, Volair Island, and Altacian are all not PvP at all. It's just PvE. This one's like killing a boss that has like a bunch of boss mechanics, and winning this one gives you 75,000 gold and 193,000 bloodstones, which is pretty nuts. The other part here is the raid match. Let's close all these. Raid matches are basically just like boss fights, and so these are different bosses all around the world. So you have like Maneth up in Shoeshire, 1 to 50 people. Probably want to bring a lot of people for that. Kasric, 1 to 20 people. As you can see, we place the best time here. And when you do these, you get different bloodstones. There's no gold associated with raid match. This is just bloodstones and guild XP. So you can see we're going to get another 40,000-ish and 2,000 guild XP. Also, I forgot to mention this on the siege, but completing the event gives you weekly contribution and gives you some male bloodstones, which is just great. It helps you basically cap out your contribution, helps you get more bloodstones. Overall, just really, really amazing. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is how you challenge these. So if you click I think you have to be an officer or guild leader, but you have to click challenge. And then this button here will say challenge island. And you can challenge just one island of a type with within like a raid match or a siege. And this allows you to like go in. And when this happens, it'll like announce to the entire guild that like, hey, DonTheCrown has challenged Kasserich and has entered the base. And then you'll be teleported first into like a prep area, but other people will be able to enter the base as well. And what we found worked the best was just waiting for the guild lead to load in, and then in the top left hand corner there is a create raid and invite button, and just having them click the create raid and then invite all. Because otherwise, sometimes like other people try to create a different raid or different party, and you end up in a whole bunch of different groups, and you just want to be in one big raid. Now, if you're doing 50 people, I don't know if you can do a 50-person raid. You might need to handle that a different way. We don't have 50 people, but you know, I don't know very many guilds that do. But that's one thing we definitely recommend. These are also not weighted or balanced or harmonized in any way, including the PvP islands. But so your gear does matter, and your battle items do matter. And you can also use particular skills. And if you have been looking at your research, you might have noticed that, hey, there's now skills in here that you can research, a whole ton of them. And all of the blue ones work in both PvE and PvP modes, whereas the red ones only work in PvP. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're kind of wondering about some of the sieges, I know Maxroll does have some information about some of them a little bit, but most of them are very similar to their Adventure Island or just regular island counterparts. So Medea is still kind of like a control the point, kill people type of thing. Slime Island is like this giant slime fight where you're killing a whole bunch of slimes, but you're also trying to kill players, and it's like pretty important to kill the big slimes. Death's Hold is kind of like a capture and hold multiple flags at the same time. Altacian is a kind of killing a boss with a bunch of mechanics. Naruni Island, from what I understand, is like the Naruni race that we had a couple of months ago. Snowpang Island is a snowball fight. Tranquil Island is just like the Adventure Island with a little bit extra stuff added on. And then Valere Island is just like the Adventure Island, except for it is a little bit more difficult and you only have to kill the big crocodiles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I mentioned at the start that we made 175,000 gold. And so the islands that we took over this week were, well, we've owned Tranquil Isle on the alt guild, DonTheCrown. And so that makes 50,000 gold. Valere, we own now, so we'll be getting another 50,000 gold. And then we fought against one other guild, and we got 75,000 gold. This is pretty cool because WoW Refugee Haven is like our second alt guild, not really filled with great alts or anything. And we still managed to pull it out by having some pretty good teamwork, getting a little bit of GvG gear, which we might talk about in another video, and just really pulling it out. It was really, really fun. We had a great time. And it was really challenging because these guys were quite more geared than us, but we just barely pulled out a win. Now, the really weird thing is, because our server wasn't really super interested in the PvP stuff, the other PvP islands, not very many people participated at all. So there's a lot of gold that kind of went missing this week on my server. So we're definitely looking to get into some more GvG. I'm hoping more people get out there in GvG as well. For example, in Slime Island, if you got 5th place, you're getting 30,000 gold. 2nd place is 80,000 gold. So we're really hoping to see more people get out there and do stuff. We're also looking for more people here on the Ladon server. If you're looking to do hard Vaultin, or just raiding in general, we're looking for people's mains to come join us and have fun. Thank you much, guys, for watching. If you have any questions, come by the stream or ask them in the comments below. See ya.